Alright gang, well, hopefully you guys can hear me alright, because it is windy! It's windy! It's windy! Anyway, we are back out in the field, and I wish I brought some gloves, because the temp's not bad. I got 3 shirts on and thermals, and we're good to go that way, but my hands are some kind of cold. Anyway gang, first target, ready? Voila! And I do believe this is going to turn out to be a Indian headset. And this might get lucky and be one of the earlier years. A fatty! Just by the way it rang up on the detector. It still stayed in the 60s, but it may have done that because of the corrosion. But hopefully, maybe it'll be one of the fatties. Anyway, gang, we're going to put this in a cup and take it on home, and we'll wait and clean it up there. Alright, gang. Stay tuned. Alright, gang. Well, about a couple inches down, we've got a Wheatie. And we're still kind of in the same field. We're just in a different locale. It's rather a large conglomerate of farms. But anyway, we are in a different part, hoping to stay out of the wind a little bit. I actually went and got my coat and got a pair of gloves. Because, yeah, that wind was kicking and cold. Anyway, gang, hopefully, there will be more. Stay tuned. Well, I think we narrowed the spot. And, of course, we got little broken bits of ceramics and whatnot. Kind of help us along as finding the spot. But about 3 inches down, got this. A button. And I don't even know why I give you guys the death in a farm field. Only because everything has been plowed for the past 200 years. Wise, everything's in juxtaposed to everything else. But anyway, gang, I also found a small bit of a buckle, but it wasn't really worth too much in showing. But yeah, maybe I'll do a recap and you guys can take a look at it then. Anyway, gang. Alright, gang. Well, only about 3 inches down. And I love when I get little reminders out of the ground. Because I think the last video, I said I was going to have to look up these 2-piecers that really look colonial. And yeah, gang, it looks like I got another one. And yes, I most assuredly will take a look through the artifact book and see if I can identify it. Anyway, that's kind of cool. Well, we're going to put that in a cup and we're going to keep on going. Alright, gang. Stay tuned. Alright, gang. Well, only 2 inches down. We got a button. And this button, actually, believe it or not, still has its shank. Quite impressive for only a couple inches down and probably being plowed over a couple 100 times. But anyway, gang, yeah, here I went and got that coat, and the sun came out. Now I'm kind of roasting in it. But enough Wheatie wine, and we'll get back to metal detecting. Alright, gang, stay tuned. Alright, gang, about 8 inches down, we've got a cufflink. And I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yeah, there's a little bit of a design in there. Kind of reminds me of like a waffle iron. And the little wire that attached it to the other cufflink is still there, but the other cufflink ain't there. But I'm probably going to really check the hole with my pinpointer just to check. But anyway, gang, stay tuned. I'm hoping there'll be more, but you never can tell. Alright, gang. Alright, gang. Well, I am heckin' gone from where we were digging, we were concentrating. However, this place won't let us leave. It keeps giving up stuff. Got a big old dandy button. And unfortunately, the shank is gone. But I don't know, maybe I'll spend a couple minutes just right around here. Because, like I said, we're kind of on our way out. We're going to change spots. But who knows, maybe this will pick up. Anyway, gang, stay tuned.
I saw a crime show the other night. At the finish of the crime show, the police had the murderer trapped in a dingy little hotel room, and the murderer knew that he was trapped, and he said in a dramatic moment, he said, "The jig is up, I'm going to cut my throat." And the commercial came in and said, "How are you fixed for Blaze?"
All right, gang. Well, it was windy. How windy? It was windy, and then after that, a little windy. So, yeah, you couldn't really hear anything. Hey, what we got here? That's a wheat scent. But, anyway, gang, so you're going to have to deal with me talking along this video, kind of guiding you through it. And, hey, we are in the woods. You can see the leaves going there. It was some kind of windy. Anyway, this is a good lesson, too, by the way. You always want to double check those holes, because after all, this here was a coin spill. And just so you guys have a little background, I was actually not supposed to look for colonial stuff this day, but I kind of got sapped right into it. Wound up on an old stagecoach road that led to one of the waterways in my part of the country, and yeah, just kind of couldn't help myself. Anyway, came across these wheats. These wheats are a coin spill, and there was quite a few of them in there, but they were all worse for wear. Anyway, while right there so close to the waterway, we decided to do a little stomping around on the marsh, and we came across an old boat, and who knows how long that's been there. It's plywood, but I'm surprised it's kind of lasted as long as it has. By the way, just a little bit of a footnote here. Always be careful when trudging across the marshes, especially when the grass is laying down, because sometimes you can't see like little voids and whatnot. You don't want to twist your ankle or get stuck in the mud, and yeah, it could be bad. And we'll give you a little example of that a little bit later on. Anyway, gang, there's the old boat. Oh, it'd be neat to have that, but it's plywood, and I'm sure if you tried to move it, it would just disintegrate right in your hands. And there's no telling, too, how much mud is actually in the bottom of it. Anyway, but it was kind of cool. Anyway, I do a little bit of meadow stomping every now and again to see what's along the waterways. Because sometimes you'll be lucky enough to find some treasure along the banks or whatnot. Or even if there's signs of any kind of local occupation there. Why, you know, they're leaving trash behind, or they're leaving miscellaneous stuff behind. Or you just don't really know until you get out there and look. But do always be careful in the marshes. Didn't really see too much of treasure down there, but you know what? The stumps down there, they were kind of remarkable. Because really, when they're in the marsh like that, there's really no telling how old they are. And on some early maps, this actually was still land. Over the years, when the water has slowly risen and came up, actually it's kind of turned this land into marshland. And there was actually, I think, a small ford here, or a bridge, once upon a time in the 1700s. But that has long been gone. But anyway, hey, here's a look at the grass. And then a nice shot. Anyway, no, there you go. There's more of the stumps and whatnot. And there's a void there. And again, if grass was covering over that, you could actually, yeah, you'd fall right into it. So yeah, always use extreme caution. There was a plank over there too. Couldn't really make anything out of that plank, and I wasn't really going to test my luck with the mud. But it had been summer. I might have tested my luck. It all depends, because you also don't know how firm that mud is down there without kind of really testing it first. If you see rocks laying on top, that's always a good sign, but I didn't see any rocks, and especially alone, I would not try it. If I had somebody with me, yeah, I might have tried a little bit. I got my galoshes on and whatnot, but no, yeah, that's better saved for another day. But also, too, gang, it just amazes me of how much the bay water has taken over. Like I said, once upon a time, this was all high and dry ground, and actually, this would have been freshwater. We are just far enough away from the bay to where, at least that section, would have been freshwater. Ah, what's this? You know, sometimes I use my zoom on the camera just to save, you know, a lot. Get out of there, birds! Yeah, just to save a whole lot of walking. And I still couldn't quite make out what this is. And yeah, between the wind blowing and trying to keep the zoom, it was kind of tough keeping that camera still. But I don't know. Hey, if you guys can kind of tell what that was, yeah, do give a shout out. But and yeah, gang. Thankfully, I had my gloves because with this upside down, I thought it was an ice chest. And yeah, gang, that was not an ice chest. That was a composting toilet. Yes, thank God I had my gloves. But anyway, I'm sure it was there for a very, very long time and kind of had gotten, hopefully, sanitized or something, or was not in use at any recent time. Oh man. Anyway, that was kind of gnarly. But yeah, things that you do not expect to find out in the middle of the marsh. A toilet. I guess it'd be good if you had to go, you know. Long day treasure hunting, stomping around the marsh, and you kind of go, you know what, I really gotta, and yeah. But anyway, I was over trying to find a stump. There was a stump I saw from the reeds, and I thought, yeah, wouldn't that be neat? Wouldn't that be cool? But once I got over to it, it was rather larger than what it had first originally appeared to be. And I should have known, as wet sounding as this grass was. Oh, those were some barrel staves, believe it or not. That was kind of cool. But didn't take any of those. Anyway, I was walking over to the driftwood, or drift stump. But yeah, it was far, far too big to try and lug out of there. Oh, yeah, can't go much further that way. No, shouldn't do it. Turn back. Go back around the other way. Go back. Okay, just taking a... Alright, yeah, just go ahead and look at the scenery. Yeah. Yeah, don't go that way. No, don't go that way. That's right, go back. Go back! Anyway, gang, as I keep saying, you have to use extreme caution. Always be careful. Always be kind of give the grass a couple of tests. You know, if it sounds squishy, don't go that way. And, anyway, here, yeah, shouldn't go right there. No, Anyway, gang, it wasn't all that bad. Got a little bit of mud in my boot, but just not all that bad. You just not want to make a steady habit of that. But anyway, we picked ourselves up and we kept on looking, and didn't really find anything too much. But every now and again, the meadows are quite wonderful. Anyway, gang, stay tuned. Alright, gang, here we are with the wrap-up. And from the other day, we got flat buttons, we've got some range rivets, we got this thing, which I don't know what it is. But if you guys happen to know, do give a shout out. It comes to my mind, I found one of these before, but I can't think of what it is. Anyway, we got a buckle bit, got some flat buttons. Oh, this one here. not quite flat. And going to have some more information about this. So yeah, do tune into the live stream. Yes, that's right, the live stream. Live streams every Tuesday, 7 o'clock. But Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, gang. So got flat buttons. Got wheat scent from 1950. And another flat button with the shank still attached. Buckle bit. Another large, big old flat button. And more flat buttons. And, oh yeah, can't forget this. This here is a half of a cufflink. Unfortunately, could not find the other link. But it's kind of neat. It has a like a waffle iron design in it. And got this bit here, which I don't really have a clue what it is. And have an Indian head scent. I believe the date on it is 1894. I think there was a double dye that year. I don't know. I have to check in the book again. But I'm pretty sure there was a double dye for 1894. But this scent, oh yeah, it's still corroded over. There's just no only Q-tipping it. It needs to be soaked, unfortunately. I'd rather not do that, but when kind of like this kind of shape with the corrosion, yeah, I gotta let her soak a little bit. And two, the corrosion is actually why it rang up a little lower than normal. Because, yeah, I was hoping like anything it'd be another fatty, but no, it's just a regular Indian. But anyway, gang, you'll see that again after she gets a little bit more cleaned up. And got a little bit of miscellaneous junk. And got this thing. Chandelier bit. Now, after we finished with the farm site that day, we kind of did a little bit of reconnaissance. And I have to say, I am so excited about getting back out to this new spot. We just may go Wednesday instead. If not, definitely Sunday we'll be back out there. But this new spot, oh my goodness, even surface finds. Oh boy. But anyway, gang, you'll see that. And then we got the site I was doing the other day. And I have to say, again, I was not planning on looking for colonial. It just kind of happened. Just happened to wind up on an old road. Just happened to be an old stagecoach road. And then just kind of force of habit took over. And of course, wound up in the marsh. Not just on the marsh, but in the marsh. But anyway, gang, got a couple wheat scents. And all of the Wheaties here are, well, they're beat. They have seen better days, and they range from 1919 to 1935. Three of them I could actually get the date off of, but the other one is just kind of, it's just weird how they are. It looks like they've been ran over a couple hundred times or were purposely destroyed. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the soil or closeness to the bay or what. It just seems like they've been, I don't know. But anyway, there they are. And also, too, got a regular Lincoln scent memorial. But nothing too special about that.